New York City, 1932. The winter air hung heavy over the skyline, casting shadows on a city built on secrets, money, and blood. In the penthouse of the Opus building, high above the frozen streets, one of the most powerful men in the city's underworld lay dead, Viktor Ivan Frankl. His reign over the criminal empire, built through violence and fear, ended not with a bang, but with a whisper.
Detective Mo Sowell knew this wasn't just any murder. This was an execution, a message sent with the cold precision of a blade. Whoever killed Franco was close, very close.
We hear the sound of Mo Sowell's footsteps crunching on the cold marble floor as he enters the penthouse.
Mo Sowell, internal monologue, deep, reflective.
Viktor Frankl, the man they called Iron because nothing and no one could break him, until now. But the cracks were always there, hidden behind money, power, and a long list of enemies. Someone got close enough to put a bullet in him. Someone who knew his routines, his weaknesses.
He stops next to Franco's body, lying slumped near the large glass windows of the penthouse. Sowell crouches down, studying the body. Mo Sowell to himself.
Whoever it was, they didn't leave much behind.
Officer Day, entering nervously, trying to keep up.
Detective Sowell. They're saying it's gotta be someone from the inside. No one gets this close to Franco unless they're family or trusted.
Mo Sowell, without looking up.
Trust is a funny thing, Day. Franco had plenty of people he thought he could trust. The question is, who thought they'd get away with killing him?
Sowell stands, scanning the room, his eyes moving across the lavish but disturbed space. Expensive furniture overturned, glass shattered, and blood splattered across the white marble floor. Clue 1, the glass with lipstick. Sowell moves to the bar where an untouched glass of bourbon sits, half filled. He notices the faint smudge of lipstick on the rim. Mo Sowell, voice low, internal monologue.
Lipstick. Someone was here with Franco. Someone close. But this isn't the kind of lipstick you'd find on the streets. This is expensive, classy. Whoever it was didn't just come for a drink. They came to see him before he died.
Sowell picks up the glass, examining it closely. Mo Sowell to Officer Day.
Send this to the lab. We'll see who left their mark.
Clue 2, the open safe. Sowell walks toward Franco's office, where the large safe built into the wall stands open, its contents ransacked. Papers are scattered across the floor, but it's clear something valuable is missing. Officer Day, confused.
Looks like they took something important. But why leave everything else behind?
Mo, picking up one of the papers and inspecting it.
Because they weren't after money, Day. This was personal. Something in here was worth more than cash, and they didn't want anyone else to find it.
Sowell crouches, inspecting the interior of the safe. His eyes narrow as he notices a torn piece of paper, partially hidden under a stack of documents. Mo Sowell to himself.
Ripped. Whoever took what was inside was in a hurry. But why rush when you've already killed the most dangerous man in the city?
Clue 3, gunpowder residue. Sowell moves back to the main room, glancing around the space. He notices faint traces of gunpowder near the large windows. Officer Day, frowning.
The shot was close. They must have stood right over him.
Mo Sowell, nodding.
They wanted to make sure Franco was dead. No mistakes.
Sowell runs his finger along the windowsill, finding the residue. Mo Sowell, internal monologue.
Gunpowder. The killer was standing right here, looking him in the eyes. This wasn't a hit from afar. This was face to face.
Sowell looks out the large windows, taking in the view of the city below. The sound of distant traffic and wind fills the room. Transition to interrogation. Narrator, quiet, building tension. The scene was a tapestry of clues, but none of them pointed directly at the killer. Not yet. Mo Sol knew the answers lay with the people closest to Franco. His wife, his associates, his enemies, they all had something to gain from his death. But the first stop was the person who knew Franco's personal life better than anyone, his wife, Carla Franco. Interrogation 1. Carla Franco. Sol and Officer Day enter the interrogation room where Carla Franco is waiting. She's poised, elegant, and unshaken by the news of her husband's death. Carla Franco, coldly.
You're wasting your time, detective. I had nothing to do with Victor's death.
Mo Sol, calm but firm.
Everyone says the same thing, Carla. You didn't pull the trigger, but you were in town. 2 nights ago, you met with Marco Valente. I have a photo to prove it.
Sol slides a black and white surveillance photo across the table, showing Carla talking to Marco Valente outside a high-end restaurant. Carla Franco, smirking.
Meeting someone for dinner isn't a crime. Victor and I, well, let's just say we weren't exactly a happy couple anymore. Marco was someone I could talk to.
Mo Sol, leaning forward, his voice cold.
Talk? Is that all it was? Or were you planning something bigger? You're the one who stood to gain the most from Victor's death.
Carla Franco, calm but more defensive.
I didn't want Victor dead. He was a monster, but he kept me safe. You should be looking at his enemies, not me. Marco had his doubts about Victor's leadership. Maybe he got tired of waiting for his chance.
Sol studies her, sensing that there's more she's not saying. But for now, he files away the information. Carla Franco wasn't telling the whole truth, but Mo Sol had enough to know this was more than just a family squabble. The lipstick on the glass, the missing items from the safe, the gunpowder near the window, they were all pieces of a puzzle. And Carla's meeting with Marco Valente added another layer of intrigue. The next step, a talk with the Viper Marco Valente, the man who stood closest to Franco in life. But was he also standing closest in death? Clues from Part I. Lipstick on the glass suggests someone close to Franco was with him before he was killed, likely a woman. Open safe. Something important was taken, possibly documents, or something more personal than money. Gunpowder residue. The killer was standing close to Franco when the shot was fired, indicating a personal confrontation.
Hold on to your seats. There's more to this mystery. Stay tuned for the next clue and get ready to piece it all together. The suspense is just getting started.